Hey YouTube, Matty's H12 Team JMT here with Charlie again. We're still at the Louisville Regional, and we've been doing some play testing for the next format. Well, not the next format. I guess it is the next format.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hidden Arsenal hits, and we're going to be playing Ophion. So how exactly are you going to be playing Ophion?
Until we get Evilswarm Cercion, which I don't know if a lot of you people know what that is, but it's a one-card Xyz for any card in the extra deck. You're gonna want to play essentially a build of Dino Rabbit with a shitload of Evilswarms in it.
So basically, you're just replacing the Cabazuls with Heliotrope and going from there.
Instead of like Guivas and stuff, you're gonna play Caster, and you're obviously gonna play Thunderbird because that card's ridiculous.
Yes.
But it pretty much runs exactly the same. It's just better.
Okay.
It's a lot better than Dino Rabbit, and because like it has an inherently good matchup against the best deck in the game. Like it literally shuts them down completely. It outright beats Prophecy. And it can run Eradicator. It can run both the viruses.
Yeah.
So they can't do anything. Like they just lose.
All right. Well, let's get into the profile.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Obviously, Rescue Rabbits.
Rescue Rabbits.
You have to play those because you make one card good monsters with Rescue Rabbits.
Sabersaurus or Heliotrope.
Yeah. Most of the time, you're gonna want to go Ophion. Like if you don't know what your opponent's playing, you're gonna want to go into Ophion.
I don't think so.
Detach the material for his effect and search the lance, the infestation lance.
Do you really think that you have to go Ophion turn 1? Is Logia not?
You can, yeah. The deck's versatile. You definitely can do that. But sometimes, like, you force your opponent into making bad plays because you have a 24 or a 25-50 unkillable guy.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just make people play stupid.
Yeah.
Granted, Lagia does that too. So really,
Play Rabbit?
Either way.
Either way.
I guess it really depends on what the rest of the back row you draw.
Like if you can Lagia set 5, do that and win.
Yeah.
I play Rabbit.
Me personally, if I'm drawing into either one of the normal monsters, I'm going to grab the other two just to whichever one it is. It doesn't really matter.
To offset.
Yeah, just to avoid Rabbit being dead.
That's fair.
I played
All right, let's see what else we got.
All right. You have free Caster.
That was fun.
That's a Boggart Knight or like a Marauding Captain.
Okay.
Pretty basic.
Yeah.
I forgot to put Rhoda in this deck, but you're gonna want to play Reinforcement of the Army because he's a warrior.
Yeah.
And Rhoda gets him. Talk about Mandragora. Mandragora is a Keyzon. I only play 2 of it right now because Cercion isn't out, so you're not going to be able to abuse that card nearly as much. This is like your main. These 2 guys are your main way to summon Ouroboros.
Okay.
Like 9 times out of 10, you're going to summon Ophion
I don't think I have yellow guys.
with these guys off Rabbit and win.
Yeah.
If you're grinding, obviously these cards are the stones.
These guys are what makes the deck grind better.
Yeah, for sure. But like, if you draw a Rabbit, you're obviously gonna generally poop on your opponent because Ophion never dies.
Yeah.
But these guys definitely help you control the tempo of the game, mid and late game. 3 Thunderbird. This is like a 1950 wind-up Rabbit, basically. There's no reason not to play 3 of this card. It's just generally absurd. It gets over Thunder King, which is, kind of hard for the deck to beat. Turn 1. If they turn 1 T-King, you set this and anything that you can chain to, basically. Like
anytime an effect is activated, isn't it?
Yeah. So basically anything that you can activate and you've solved your problem of not being able to Xyz.
Yeah, you remove him and then he comes back even bigger and he gets over all your problem stuff.
That's like that alone is crazy.
Is that it for your monsters?
Yeah. Well, I play Tutor Guide as well, just like standard Dino Rabbit, because it gets your Rabbit back, and also making Zen Mains is good.
Yes.
Especially in the mirror match, Zen Mains is pretty overpowered.
So how would you feel about playing, as opposed to playing the casters and the plant guy, how would you feel about playing like Guivas and maybe, I don't know, like some Reapers or something?
Yeah, Bo brought that up too. If I was going to play Guivas, I think I would probably still play. I think I'd probably still play the Mandragores and the Thunderbirds. I'd probably just drop the casters.
Alright.
Like I said, Thunderbird is just, by itself, it's a great card.
See, what I've been considering has been Thunderbird, all of this.
Just all the stun stuff and not the...
Yeah, all of this, but these are Guaibas and Reapers.
Like Spear Reapers or something? I could see that. I mean, that'd be practical. That'd be perfectly fine. Like, Spear Reaper's crazy in a mirror match.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, they're gonna blow their they're gonna blow their resources on summoning Ophion, like 9 times out of 10, especially bad players, because they're like, oh, herp derp, I'm playing Evilswarm.
And we're talking about a deck that's coming out of a hidden arsenal, so
exactly.
It's gonna be rare, fairly cheap to.
Like, I'm not saying that exploiting bad players makes you a good player, but I mean, if you can do it and play Spear Reaper and sit on it for like 5 turns because they're stupid,
go for it.
Go for it. Why not? Spear Reaper and Guaiba probably wouldn't be terrible in here, and well, I'm not going to get into it in depth, but like if you're running Dress and Lance, that just makes Guaiba all the better.
It makes Guaiba even better, yeah. At that point, well, let's get into the spells real quick.
Yeah. All right. Let's get this stuff out of the way real quick. All right.
Times as I beat you still beat me with one
You
land.
have your staples. A lot of people don't play 3 space, I guess, because they're tight on room. But space is like the best card.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason not to in anything pretty much right now. I play duality. A lot of people don't do that because your aim is to like.
It's theoretically a stun deck.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to play duality?
Yeah, like that's my logic too. Like I feel like just like Dino Rabbit, like a lot of people didn't play it in Dino Rabbit, but like you grind a lot. Like you cannot bank on opening the stones every game. You can't bank on opening Rabbit. Like a lot of the times when I was playtesting, I duality into Rabbit.
Yeah.
Like my hand was mediocre, and then I was like, oh, duality, I won this game now. Next turn, I'm gonna summon something that you can't deal with, and I win.
Yeah.
So duality is really good. A lot of consistency.
Yeah.
Basically.
Now all the quick plays.
All the quick plays, yeah.
We got to put the foreign one on top. What are you doing?
Yeah, we'll put the foreign one.
Bo's gonna be mad at you if you don't put the foreign ones on top. Double Lance, double Dress.
Double Lance, double Dress, and triple Infestation. A lot of people play 2 Infestation. It might seem unnecessary because I play Lances and Dresses, but like a lot of time I'm using Lance to just attack over stuff. Like I'm not using it to stop a deep prison or something.
So, if we're talking about this, we were talking about taking out the some of the Evilswarm stuff to add in Guaibas and whatnot.
You would play 3 Lance.
At that point, would you not bump,
Yeah,
exactly,
like I would
bump
drop
this
the
up to 3
Infestation.
and only play the 2
And I would
Infestation?
play the 3rd Lance for sure.
Fair enough.
And I might only play 1 Dress.
Really? You don't?
Yeah, I might only play 1 Dress. Because, like, you're not going to have Ophion on the field a lot. And Dress kind of seems a little bit more ineffective when you don't have that card. Because like, they're going to draw out the Lagia Negate, or they're going to summon something that's bigger than Dolka, probably.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when I was playing Mermail today, I destroyed Rabbit.
Yeah.
And
in playtesting, I didn't have much of an issue with Rabbit either.
Lance is insane with the Guaibas and stuff, but this card just, like, I'll probably play 1, but Ophion not being the main focus of the deck kind of puts me off to playing more than that.
More than 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's really about it on those. I mean, this stuff's kind of basic.
Yeah, this stuff kind of explains itself.
A lot of people only play 2 of this, but until we get Cersei on and you're searching the trap,
You can probably get a
why not? It's a free card anyway. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, it stops everything, bar like damage steps.
My only issue with running 3 is that you can go grab it anytime that you need it after you're making the Ophion.
Right, yeah, like it's searchable, obviously, but like a lot of times you want to draw it. Like what if you first turn Rabbit, you don't have anything to like stop a bottomless or something, and you just lose to it, you know? Like, this is a blanket Lance. It stops bottomless, torrential.
Blanket Lance. I like that. That's nice.
It's a blanket Lance because it protects every Evilswarm on the field.
There you go.
Pretty crazy.
I'll swap them.
Yeah, that's.
All right, what's the trap lineup look like?
The trapline was kind of strange. I probably get crap for not playing Fiendish Chain. But those are like the generic normal traps that I play. I don't play Fiendish Chain just because I feel like I'm always going to have a monster bigger than yours.
Yeah.
And the monsters that I'm worried about, Fiendish Chain doesn't stop, like Abyss Pike or Undyne, because like realistically nothing else beats this deck.
Yeah.
Unless they summon big monsters, which they can. So I play Bottomless. Again, like that really doesn't prevent anything that I'm scared of from happening. But in the grind game, I feel like this is a better card, honestly, than Fiendish Chain. Like, I'm just partial to it. But a lot of people might want to play Fiendish Chain over it. Fiendish is kind of the nuts.
Yeah.
But you know, it's whatever.
Okay.
So I got 3 messages.
And I also feel like Bottomless is better against Evilswarm.
Yeah. In the mirror match, it's going to be better. Yeah.
And I would definitely side Fiendish Chain, just as a side note. A lot of people might be against that, but I would definitely side 3.
Okay.
Especially for Elemental Dragons. And then, obviously, Solemn Warning. Mirror Force is just insane.
Yeah, Mirror Force is just too many pluses.
Yeah, like if you're playing a deck with traps, you almost have to play Mirror Force. And then I play Xyz Reborn, which a lot of people are catching on to because people in Japan are playing the hell out of that card.
Yeah.
Basically, if they kill your Ophion, they have to expend a lot of resources, and that's when you flip this and basically just win.
And get your Ophion back.
Because they just use their cards to kill Ophion, and they don't have them anymore.
Yeah, and you literally get it back for 1
so
card.
You literally just get back your Ophion with a material, and its effect is live again.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really, and it gets Dolka back with the material, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Any Xyz. So, I mean, it's a pretty.
And that's relevant with every Xyz except for Logia.
Yeah. So it's a really utilitarian card.
Yeah.
And then I play Road, which like a lot of people don't like. But you're like 9 times out of 10, you're going to have 2 monsters on your side of the field.
Yeah.
Be it like Rabbit Caster, Mandragora, Tour Guide even. So this is kind of just like an OP answer to all the cards.
All the Trenchels and whatnot.
Yeah. This is kind of just like, I mean, like you have Infestation and stuff like that, so it might seem like overkill, but why wouldn't you just want to summon a free Stardust? Yeah. It also makes you immune to Heavy Storm, which is...
It also saves the Infestation for something later.
Yeah.
Which is just stupid.
Yeah.
Because your opponent's going to try to bait out the Infestation as best they can, and then you have the road to stop that card.
And it's also like unexpected. I've kind of found, like, a lot of people, like Mike Steinman, who just topped a YCS with Fire Fist, like, preaches against this card.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people aren't playing it just because, like, people from ARG tell you not to, and stuff like that. So it kind of goes in and out.
Are you ARG bashing right now?
I mean,
I'm gonna get hate in the comments now.
I'm not ARG bashing. I know half of them, but like, I feel like it's a better card than people give it credit for, and the surprise factor kind of makes it better. Yeah. Because people are gonna be like, oh, you know, nobody plays Heavy or Starlight Road anymore, so I can Storm, and then you just lose to Stardust. Yeah. So that's pretty legit.
So what's the extra deck look like?
The extra deck, gosh, let me move all this stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah. The extra deck is Stardust for Road.
Yeah.
Road kind of conflicts with Ophion because you can't summon your Stardust off Road if you have Ophion out. Okay. Which is a thing to note.
You can still resolve Starlight Road.
Yeah, you can still resolve Road.
Just can't summon the Stardust.
It seems kind of bad, but who cares? If you're stopping Heavy Storm and you have 4 back row, it doesn't matter. Like, you won the game. I play Tour Guide, so I play Levier to get my Rabbit, and I play Zenmains because it's broke. Yeah. Zenmains has kind of fallen off recently because of Mono Mermail and Fire Fist, but well, Fire Fists aren't going to really lose relevance. Yeah. Because they have a favorable matchup against this deck, but
hey, we can play again.
Mono Mermail is pretty much not going to exist anymore, and that makes this card a lot better. Yeah. Because like, I guess it's not terrible. Need to hurry up.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm running out of battery.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, I'll try to go a little bit faster. I run those because I run the Saber Swords. Yeah. Obviously. Solemn Judgment, and this card essentially just beats Mermail. Oh yeah. Like, against Fire Fist, I probably summon Lagia more often, just to stop the tankies and stuff. But both of them are pretty insane against that deck. Yeah. Maestroke because it's arguably the best rank 4. It kills like.
Arguably, yeah.
It's
kills
retarded.
It kills like every big mon. It kills Ophion.
Yeah.
Which that's pretty legit. Like a lot of people play Gem Knight Pearl to kill Ophion, but Maestroke is clearly better.
And it doesn't eat up the extra space in your marker
Exactly,
and your extra deck.
It can be Fiendish Chain, but you know that's whatever. Nobody runs Fiendish Chain in this deck anyways.
Yeah.
Abyss Dweller because it's arguably the best rank 4.
It's arguably the best rank 4.
Yeah. It literally completely beats Mermail by itself.
Yes.
And that's really the only reason I run it. Besides that, Frog Monarchs, I guess.
Yeah.
Black Ship of Corn because it's literally like your only feasible out to Zen mains.
Yeah.
And that's really about it on that. Cards like Spirit Reaper and stuff.
Yeah.
Black Ship.
Now we get into the Evilswarm stuff.
Yeah, now we get into the Evilswarm stuff. Evilswarm Nightmare. I run one of him. He's kind of an underappreciated card, but it flips any special summon monster in parentheses S face down that are summoned. So like if your opponent rescue rabbits, you can flip them both face down simultaneously with one effect.
Yes.
Like that's crazy. That's really good. And against windups, they can't Xyz.
Yeah.
Against Fire Fist, you're stopping their rabbit, but that's about it. And against Mermails, you're stopping their Xyz plays as well.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty solid card, but you generally don't make this unless like it's your win condition.
Okay.
Like if you're set up,
Because he's not very big, is he?
right? No,
Is
he has 1950 defense.
Okay.
So, you know, he's going to wall some stuff, but, like, realistically, you're going to summon him, like, after you have Ophion made, and this comfortably wins you the game.
Yeah.
Unless it's against a deck that it really hurts, like windups or something.
Yeah.
I played 2 Bahamut because this card is Big Eye.
Yeah.
It gets a lot better when...
Except you can get him with Rescue Rabbit.
Yeah, except you can summon him with Rescue Rabbit, which is ridiculous. Granted, it costs you a card in hand to activate its effect, but worth it.
It's fine.
Worth it.
Yeah,
especially in the mirror
worth it.
match when you take theirs.
Oh yeah.
Like you take theirs and then you can use its effect again to take another monster.
Yeah.
It like you can do some really crazy stuff with that card. And then Ophion. Play 3. You have to play 3. This is the bread and butter of the deck. Most of the time you're not going to summon 3. I guess you could get away with 2 for budget purposes, but there's no reason not to play 3 because it's the best card in the deck.
Oh yeah.
Especially in pure Evilswarm, you honestly might summon 3 every game because the deck is that consistent at bringing this card out and keeping monsters on board. And it's also enormous. Like it's a 2550, so it's huge. The only thing that gets over it is Gem Knight Pearl and Maestroke.
Yeah.
So and it completely stops agents, heroes.
That just feels so lackluster versus yours. You don't
Mermail. Yeah, they can't even activate.
They can't even try.
Super Poly.
No.
Yeah, they can't even try. Super Poly against it.
You can't attempt to summon Megalo, so they're not going to be able. Like their only discard outlet is Pike, basically.
Yeah, and Undyne.
It pretty much shuts down like a third of the metagame, at least, or like 2/3 of the metagame. Really, the only thing that gets beyond a lock, a soft lock with Ophion is like Fire Fist Bear.
Yeah.
And if you have Dress, they lost. They didn't want to win. And then you have Ouroboros, which is the boss monster of the deck,
quote unquote.
Yeah. Realistically, you're not going to summon that card. Like you're going to summon that card about as much as you would summon Shockmaster and Rabbit.
Yeah.
It's pretty overpowered. Like it gets a card out of the hand or bounces a card on the field back to the hand. It's essentially another out to Zen mains. It kind of feels like a Vistius when you summon it, except it's a little bit bigger. But again, it's kind of like a win more card right now.
Okay.
When Cercion comes out, you summon this card every game, basically.
Yeah.
Like this is your go-to after you summon your first Ophion, because it's so easy to summon. But realistically, it's not that practical. Like you play one just for the utility of having it.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people may want to play Shockmaster over it right now.
Right now, I could see that, but honestly, when the other stuff comes out,
when the other stuff comes out, you have to play it basically because it's overpowered.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. Basic self-explanatory stuff.
Yeah. All right, man. We've gotten pretty long in this video, so no final thoughts on this one.
All right.
I appreciate it, guys. Subscribe, comment down below, show us much love.